So,
What letter is this?
Q.
Q. This is indeed a
Hey,
Q.
Froggy.
All right, welcome to the Patriot Hour for Thursday, February 21st, 2019. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for giving us some of your time here. We know it's valuable. You're busy. We got some Q clearance updates from yesterday evening. I didn't have a chance to get to them, so we're going to cover those. And then I got some other things to get into. We might just make these a couple of different videos here. Again, if you're new, please subscribe. That way you can get all the alerts when we put out a video, all right? After you subscribe, ring that bell. All right, the last one I went over was 2838, right after bar install, so we're going to 2839. Mueller must deliver report to DOJ prior to OIG releasing next installment. You will understand why in the coming weeks. Q states the sequence: 1. Mueller report to DOJ, bar 2. Release of the OIG reports. Move on up here to 2840. This came at 8:54 p.m. last night. We got an anonymous here of Ann Coulter's now a never Trump conservative. Ann Coulter is now a never Trump conservative. Ann Coulter is now a never Trump conservative, and that's funny. Mitt Romney. Wire transfers are a convenient way of transferring money. 2841. Dig. Ann Coulter tweeted support of Mitt Romney back in 2012. We got the repost of the last 2840 of Mitt Romney. Twitter link here to Ann Coulter, probably back to 2012. I feel sorry for Mitt Romney, but sorrier for the country that will never have him as president. New column is posted. Trump's failing. Don't ask me to lie about it. That's for another video. Okay, so happy hunting. 2842. Ann Coulter is a shill whose loyalty can be bought. A couple of more links here to her Twitter. Again, I got I feel sorry for Mitt Romney. Poor Utah Republicans. If only they had a carpet-bagging, flip-flopping, Trump-bashing, clueless twit of a Senate candidate. Oh, wait. Hypocrite, history of flip-flopping. What made her flip-flop this time? Wire transfers are an effective way at swaying opinions. Shills come in many different forms. Race to build a base. Followers to build worth. To draw funds. So race to build a base, followers to build worth to draw the funds. Common these days. 2843. We got the this came at 9:57 late last night, just before 10 p.m. But you knew that already. Hence why Adam Schiff, Southern District of New York. Maxine Waters. I don't know who this SDNY. Hence why those people are attempting to keep the insurance scheme going on past the Mueller release. Fear. The fun begins directly after. This will make the Super Bowl look like a puppy show. The fun begins directly after. Right after the release. All right, let's see if we got anything new here. 2843. 2,843 drops in the bucket since the beginning. All right, we got a couple other things we'll go. It didn't take very long. Only got 4 minutes in, so we will take a look here. All right, this is about 30 minutes ago. And analysis. It's Mueller time, apparently. Here are the 4 big questions. The long-awaited conclusion of Special Counsel Robert S. Mueller III Russia investigation appears nigh, as the Post Devlin Barrett, Josh Dawsey, and Matt Zapowski report on. Justice Department officials are preparing for the end of the Special Counsel Robert S. Mueller III's nearly 2-year investigation into Russia interference into the 2016 election, and believe a confidential report could be issued in the coming days, according to people familiar with the discussions. Mueller could deliver his report to Attorney General William Barr next week, according to a person familiar with the matter who, like others, spoke on the condition of anonymity, basically anonymous, to discuss sensitive deliberations. Here are a few big questions we could all soon learn the answers to. So number one, will we ever see the report or anything even close to it? There's been an assumption that we've all been waiting will lead to a payoff, a full public report written by Mueller that would detail everything that he found. A Mueller report, the assumption may have been wrong. While we get a full Starr report in the 1990s, Mueller was working under a different statute. And at his confirmation hearing, now Attorney General William P. Barr made clear he views the Justice Department as being constrained when it comes to what it can release. The rules, I think, say the special counsel will prepare a summary report on any prosecutive or declination decisions, i.e. decisions on what can be charged, what can be charged, and what won't be charged. And that shall be confidential and treated as any other declination or prosecutive material within the department. Barr did assure the senators that he would release what he could. He did say that. The AG has some flexibility and discretion in terms of the AG's report, he said. Now, what I'm saying is my objective and goal is to get as much as I can of the information to Congress and the public. Judging by Barr's comments, it seems unlikely we'll see the full report unless Congress forces its release, which Representative David Cicilline, Democratic out of Rhode Island, says he'll attempt to do, and others will undoubtedly support. Got his Twitter here. I will be introducing legislation next week to require the publication of the special counsel's report. Beyond that, we don't know what information Barr will feel like he can share. Within the Justice Department rules, he suggests something will be shared with the public. And as Philip Bump writes, it's difficult to see how he could avoid some kind of real disclosure, but we just don't know what that might be. Number two, biggest question, what will we learn about Trump? Related to the point above is the biggest question of all. What will the report say about President Trump? Or more specifically, what will Congress learn it says about Trump? Here's why that's a different question. Existing Justice Department guidelines say a sitting president can't be indicted. So if Barr believes he can only pursue evidence related to prosecutive decisions, where does that leave information about Trump? Specifically as it relates to the potential obstruction of justice that isn't technically chargeable. Will we only learn about Trump's actions through charges against other individuals? Or will there be some other way Barr might release the information? It's difficult to believe, given the volume of Trump's questionable actions with regards to people involved in the investigation, that we wouldn't get this information somehow. But it's not clear how, or even that we will. One key thing to remember in all of this, though, Barr did say he believes a president can commit obstruction of justice. What that means, what he can report about it, who knows? Does it come with any big indictments, possibly for Jerome Corsi or even Donald Trump Jr.? One of the most frustrating things about the submission of the Mueller report is whatever we learn, it may not come right away. Assuming we learn that it has been submitted to the Justice Department, it will take some time for Barr, etc., EAL to write their own summary or summaries for Congress and then for public. In the meantime, though, it seems possible Mueller could offer some more indictments. We could learn plenty of them. Roger Stone, associate Jerome Corsi, has seemed a likely candidate for an indictment for months now. He even predicted he would be indicted. Donald Trump Jr. has also reportedly told friends that he worries he could be indicted too. The latter of the course could be a massive development, but we could learn plenty through other indictments that could land, or even possibly through additional crimes charged against figures who have already been charged with other crimes. It's theoretically possible Mueller didn't want to disclose too much or what he found in the collusion conspiracy portion of the investigation, but could bring that forward now. So that's the big question, right, folks? I mean, what if some of these things lead back to other people nobody was really thinking? I mean, we know about it, but is Mueller going to do the right thing? Or is this all about just people around Trump, right? So number 4, what is Mueller's impeachable threshold? So those are the 4 things. So back when we got the Starr report, it listed 11 possible impeachable offenses that Bill Clinton committed. All right, we're talking about back in the 90s with Kenneth, there he goes. But again, Kenneth Starr was working under a different statute with broader disclosure requirements. Regardless of whether we actually see something amounting to a Mueller report, will it delineate areas in which Trump might have committed impeachable offenses, or will it simply provide information? And if it does, the former, what is Mueller's threshold for determining wrongdoing or potential wrongdoing by the President of the United States? Collusion, conspiracy, and obstruction of justice are both somewhat nebulous concepts, and it's not clear that we'll have anything amounting to a census smoking gun. Even if we never see this, it is important after the report is released, Congress needs to decide whether Trump's actions might warrant impeachment. If this is all just a bunch of information, it'll be easier for Republicans to dismiss it. If Mueller decides that Trump may have done things worthy of impeachment, assuming Congress learns about that somehow, it'll be more difficult for the GOP to ignore. So here again, you got the Washington Post. So you see how that's a little bit, they're hindering, like, we got to see something on Trump. We'll see where the facts lead and what comes out with this. Witch hunt, right? Who is the witch? All right, so 2,843, nothing new on the queue. Got a little article read there. Go ahead and shut this one down. Look forward to many different videos today coming out. Any new Q drops, anything more important. I'm looking at other articles to read here, but this one's already hitting the 13-minute mark, so we'll go ahead and shut her down. Again, I'm Michael. This is the Patriot Hour. God bless, Godspeed to each and every one of you worldwide. And we'll see you back here on the next Patriot Hour update video. Have a great morning into your afternoon.